And welcome back to the New York Giants franchise rebuild. Here today we have another double header for you guys. We have the Panthers and the Green Bay Packers. We'll start here with the 3-4 Carolina Panthers here in Thursday Night Football. They're trying to make a bit of a, stay in their division, which currently is led by the New Orleans Saints. For us, we're 6-1, and we have a very much of a chokehold here on the NFC East. Though, the big storyline for us currently is the injuries. We have a bunch, a lot of key starters across the board here. Still no Kayvon Thibodeau, Leonard Williams, Andrew Thomas is now out for 5 weeks. Brian Burns is still hurt. Theo Johnson's out. We've lost Devin Bush. Roy Traft, an undrafted linebacker, got hurt in practice. So we're pretty shaken up here as we're kind of entering into today's episode. So, one area of concern of mine is actually the linebacking room on the defense. Isaiah Simmons and McFadden, you throw in Jamie Davis, they play solid, but this third linebacker was very much of a weakness, and take out Devin Bush, it hurts us significantly. So I am going to be giving the start here to Darren Williams here. He's been on the team for a handful of seasons. He has very good zone coverage. He's fast. He can do a little bit of everything pretty well. But if Williams does not play well here today, we're probably going to look to make a trade, because I think that this team, it feels different. Now, you might look at the defensive line and say this is another weakness, and it absolutely is. Without Thibodeau and Burns, and throw in Williams as well, we're very shaken up here. So I am giving Bobby Brown, our second-round pick this year, also the start as the base defensive tackle. I don't think Leonard Sapp is really ready for every single snap play, so I'm hoping to get a little bit of development here for Bobby, and hoping that maybe we get an upgrade or two and he can show some type of flashes. We're going to be turning to second-year left tackle Darnell Randall here, wearing number 69. Nice. He's our future tackle, either on the right or left side, most likely the right side, but this is an excellent opportunity for him to get some playing time, get some development. His ratings are in a very solid spot across the board, and only 23 years old. This is crucial time to get XP for him. So hopefully this offense and this team can bounce back after a week ago where we lost to the Commanders 35-28. And now we have the 3-4 Panthers as well as the 2-5 Packers in today's action. So let's check out this Panthers team and then hop into the game. The Panthers are led here by Derek Brown, J.C. Horn, Jonathan Brooks has developed nicely. Ted Ubron here has been their best selection. Superstar defensive lineman. Excellent pass rusher. He can do a little bit of everything for you. So they have a very good defensive line to start off. They still have Bryce Young, but they view him as a bridge quarterback. Brooks will get a lot of touches here. Isaiah Hodges. We've played against this team a few times. They have Isaiah Likely at tight end. They have an okay offensive line that they have brought in a lot of young talent to try to rebuild it pretty much. Geno Russell here from I believe the first draft class. Yeah, he was one of my more underrated pass rushers. Who knows, he might eventually get on the team. I don't know why this screen sometimes takes forever. But they brought in Grover Dexter here from the Bears this past free agency. They have a superstar linebacker. This team is okay at best. They have another underrated player. I just like to point this stuff out to you guys. Darnell Cone here. He was like a 5th or a 6th round pick that I really was intrigued here at corner, and he's developed nicely for them. He came down, I believe, as star dev. They have another player that I liked from the draft. If I can find him. Oh, maybe they actually don't. But they drafted Matthews here. Excellent superstar safety. So this team has some pieces. They have some weaknesses. And hopefully we can get a bounce back win versus this team. Thursday night football here in week 7, I believe. No, week 8. It's the Giants versus the Panthers here. Bryce Young in year 5. Number 3 here for John Sherman. As currently the Panthers are trying to get back to 500. They have, very good players at certain positions. But I don't think that they're really complete just yet. They have a bit more of a rebuild to do. For the Giants, we're 6-1 and we're banged up massively on the defensive line and certain other positions. We're asking our depth to step up here today. We really need them to. Hopefully we'll be able to do so. I think we're going to start off with the football here first, here in week 8. As Thursday night football is about to begin, it's week 8 versus 2 NFC teams, as the Giants are currently the favorites within their conference. As this will be Bryce Young and his Panthers offense taking the field. Young has not really developed too much in this franchise. He's only like an 80 overall. 14 touchdowns, 8 interceptions so far this campaign. Not too shabby for the veteran quarterback now. His offense is led by Jonathan Brooks, their top running back, number 24. I expect to see a lot of him today. As Young is in the shotgun here, motioning one of his receivers here, as he will find Johnson underneath, his number 1. He picks up 3 or 4. Third down and 1 here for this Panthers team, trying to avoid a quick 3 and out. Pressure is sent here by the Giants, and Brooks was able to break free, breaks a tackle, and now here comes a big run here. One of their best playmakers pops off here for a 40-yard gain. Third down and 4 here. Young, he will have to throw. Setting up a little screen here for Brooks. Easy pitch and catch here. Brooks breaks another tackle. I think on this drive alone, he broke 3 or 4. Touchdown, Carolina. Our defense, they have to be able to step it up. And leading out his Giants offense is third-year quarterback John Sherman. So far, leading his offense to a 6-1 start this campaign. 16 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. Playing much better football than he did a year ago. And it's led by our ground game, and it's led by both Drake London and Malik Neighbors. They both stepped up massively over these last handful of weeks. But we'll start with the ground here, and Montgomery will be met by Brown, their best player. Second down and 11 here. I formation still for the Giants. Play action. Sherman looks to throw, and he connects here with Malik Neighbors on the sideline. Catching it at the 42. And they're reviewing if Malik Neighbors actually got his 2 feet in bounds. He definitely made the catch. And I can't tell. Maybe his right foot was off the mark. Oh, well, we got it. As the Panthers do lose a timeout as well. Cannot reverse the call here. Fresh set of downs here for the Giants. Stay in the aerial attack. Connects here with Malik Neighbors, bouncing off defenders. And he has passed the 45 of Carolina. 3 receivers set now. Tracy checks in. Sherman goes back to Gordon. Gordon got a great tackle down the sideline. The rookie. He's loose. He's gone. Touchdown, New York. Al Gordon. A 6th-round pick. Getting into the starting lineup due to Theo Johnson's injury. And he just capitalized it off of a 43-yard run. What a play by the rookie. And yes, I did miss the extra point, so this is a 7-6 ball game. Carolina almost halfway through here the first quarter. As Johnson here drops the football underneath. Second down and 10 here. As Young is in the shotgun, looks to throw. New York sends some pressure, and it's going to get home. This is Tyler Newman. The safety getting a big-time sack here. Loss of 24. We extended him early on in this campaign. Now it's third down and 24 here for the Panthers. New York secondary just can't give up the big play. 4-man rush sent here by New York. As this ball will be caught, and that's a gain of 20. Thankfully, it's still 4th down. New York defense forcing a 3 and out. New York will start this drive empty here. New York will look to throw. Sherman feeling the rush here by this defense. And they're going to get home here. Ted Urban, their best young defender, getting back there. Lost a 7 there. Montgomery checks in to tight end formation. Wants Al Gordon again in space. And the rookie, he's putting himself, he's showing up here today. Wow. Gracie checks in, 2nd down and 7. Motioning Drake London here are the Giants. Sherman sends it to London, breaks a tackle, breaks free, and he's past midfield, then tackled inside the 40. Montgomery checks back in, I formation here. As New York turns to their ground game, Montgomery breaks free off the good juke move, and the veteran back takes us inside the 15. Fresh set of downs here for the Giants. 3 tight end look, play action, looks to throw is Sherman. And he wants Malik Neighbors. Wow, what a difficult throw, but what a play there. Neighbors left alone, and you just should not do that. Great play there by John Sherman. Giants and Arrow, late stage of the first quarter, will go for 2 to try to retie this up. They'll turn to Montgomery, denied. So we're still only up by 5, but we did get into the end zone. The Giants defense forced another quick 3 and out. 3rd down and 4. Motioning the receiver now, and Hodges, as New York sends a blitz. Pressuring Young, but finds Likely, breaking free down the sideline. Evans can't bring him down. Parker has to throw him down here at the 22. Young here inside the 25 now. Motioning the receiver. Takes it, looks to throw. Sends it over the middle. Caught here by Johnson at the 10. Here at the beginning of the second quarter, Carolina driving, trying to take back the lead here. Sends it end zone. Intercepted here. Tyler Newman has already a sack today, and now he has interception. Taking it back to the 19. Wow. And that took all the momentum of Carolina away by Tyler Newman. 2nd down and 7, I formation here for New York. Sherman, though, will go play action, looks to throw. Sending it down the field and connects here. Drake London makes another move. Tackled at the 45. Wow, great start here for these receivers. 3rd down and 10 here for the Giants. Tracy is the motion man. Sherman will look to throw. Stepping up, stepping away from pressure. John Sherman now leaping over defenders. And he gets to the 32. 2nd down and 6. Montgomery checks in. Sherman looks to throw, sends it underneath, and he's intercepted. Back at the 20. Both quarterbacks have now thrown interceptions. Derek Foster, the veteran, picks up the INT. These two defenses have started to settle in a little bit here in week 8. As Young looks to hand the ball off to Brooks. Brooks up the gut, and he breaks a couple tackles to boot. Christian Branford has struggled throughout this season, it feels like. That's a good play. Try to get him to play a little bit better. This ball is intercepted. The sensation. The 20th overall pick a few years ago. The 2nd year defensive back in Demetrius Evans picks up his 5th INT. Shotgun look here for Sherman. 2nd down as he will connect here with Malik Neighbors. Tries to make a spin. Shoved out of bounds here at the 36. Fresh set of downs here, as this will be Drake London, the motion man. Sherman looks to throw, stepping away from pressure, and Wandale can't hang on. 2nd down and 10 after Wandale's drop. Sherman looks to throw, sets his feet, connects here with Malik Neighbors. Neighbors turns on the Jets, and he's tackled here inside the 5. Great pitch and catch there to Malik Neighbors. 2nd down and goal here. Sherman staying in the passing game, pressured again, and he's going to be thrown down. Back-to-back sacks here for this Panthers defense. 3rd down and goal here from the 17. New York just looking to get some type of points. Setting up a screen here for Tyrone Tracy. Tracy with no blockers in front of him will make this an easier field goal. 3 minutes to go here the first half. Bryce Young trying to get some more points on the board. He's had back-to-back interception possessions. They'll try to settle him down with a 5-yard run here by Brooks. 2nd down and 5 here. as this will be a run here, and a gain of 5 more. 2 minutes to go here, the first half. Carolina's trying to either retie this game up or make this game by a point. No pressure here. Left alone is Hodges. Met by Brantford, but still the damage is done. Play there by the Panthers. Young now will look to throw. Plenty of time, sends it here, and Newman and company throw him down. 2nd down and 10 now, as Young will look to throw. Pressured here, gonna go down. This is Nathan Rainey, the rookie. And he's a late round selection as well. He gets his 2nd career sack. Nathan Rainey, a late round pick. I believe we picked him up in the 5th round. Forces this to a 3rd down and 19. More pressure, this time by Lawrence. Rainey in pursuit, can't throw him down. Young here, open field in front of him. And he sets his team up, goal to go. And it looks to be an injury timeout here for the Giants. And that's Nathan Rainey. That means right now Matthew Young is in. Goal to go action here. 39 seconds. Young takes the snap, looks to throw. Plenty of time. Sends it underneath here to Johnson. And Johnson will score. Touchdown, Carolina. Now will the Panthers try to tie it up at 15 or make this game by a point? How aggressive will the Giants be? 28 seconds to go. Sherman will look to throw. Sending it here to Malik Neighbors. Makes the catch. Tackled here at the 48. Timeout, New York. They have 1 remaining. They're looking to add on to their 1-point advantage. You can still work the middle of the field. You have that 1 timeout remaining. Sherman now. No, wants another deep shot. This time it's for London, and he reels it in here. Back at the 12. Another timeout used here for the Giants. 16 ticks to go. But another big play here for this team. 16 ticks to go. Can't take a sack. No timeouts remaining here for the Giants. Sherman will look to throw. And he wants Waddale. Connects with him. And Waddale caps off the drive. As New York gets aggressive. It takes them 3 plays. All 3 receivers gets involved. And it's Waddale Robinson who will cap off this possession. Right before halftime, Carolina's lining up to do a Hail Mary attempt. Young sending it as Newman is in coverage. And I think it's caught here, and it is by Hodges, but it's meaningless. We're going to head into halftime here in week 8. New York's up 22-14. And we just scored a touchdown with less than 30 seconds to go in the first half. So a lot of momentum is on our side. As we get the football here at the beginning of halftime, let's put the nail in the coffin here in week 8. New York has really not led on their ground game. It's been their passing game today. And this will be the first time to back-to-back runs. Montgomery making the Panthers defense pay with a big run. Looks to be 3 straight carries here for David Montgomery, and it is. As Montgomery's popping off another good run. Penalty is thrown, though. I think this play is coming back due to a holding call. But New York is showing they're going to run the football here in the second half. So now it's 1st down and 15 here, as Sherman will look to throw. Off the play action, and he connects here with the defender. Intercepted. I thought Neighbors caught it, as this defender takes it all the way back here to the 41. And I think this is, Jalen Forencier with the INT, one of their young defensive backs. We haven't seen too many multi-interception days here for John Sherman. It's Carolina now, opportunity to cut more into this lead or even tie it up. Here comes Young, sends it outside here. This is likely tackled here at the 18. Panthers trying to get into the end zone here, down as Young scrambling, and he's in. Touchdown, Carolina. Here in the early stages of the second half. As the Panthers will go for 2 here, trying to retie it up here at 22 apiece. Here comes Brooks now. Brooks is in, and we're all tied up here, right? Early stages here of the 3rd quarter. John Sherman coming off another interception. How will he respond? New York will look to throw. Connects here. Al Gordon hasn't made a catch since the 1st quarter. but he brings this one in. 2nd down and 5 here for Sherman, as he will look to throw. Once Neighbors connects with him, breaks a tackle, and he's tackled inside the 40. 3rd down and 7 here for John Sherman, wanting to pick up this 1st down. Looks to throw, sends it to Neighbors' way, and he can't stay on his feet. He'll be just shy of the marker. 4th down and 1 here, and New York's looking to go. And they're gonna go here. This time is for Tracy now, and Tracy gets the big conversion. 2nd down and 7 here. Motioning now, as they're gonna go play action. Sherman can't break the sack. I thought he was going to. Loss of 10. Haven't seen that play. Now the Giants are just trying to get back into field goal position. Sherman will look to throw. Sends it underneath here to Tracy. Picks up 8. That should put us into field goal range. 49-yard field goal attempt here. And we all know I've been bad at these. And still pretty bad. Why? A little bit to the left. I'm just not a good kicker in this in Madden 25. 3rd down and 8 here for the Panthers. Giants send a blitz, getting Young off his mark, but he's able to break free, slide safely here at the 40. 2nd down and 4, empty now. More pressure is sent. It's caught here, and that is Leggett here at the 18. We're all tied up here at the beginning of the 4th quarter, Week 8 action. Thursday Night Football. Panthers trying to cap off this possession, and this will be a gain of 6. 3rd down and inches here for the Panthers. Will they just run it here with Brooks? As there's a penalty flag. Who is this on? And it's offsides again on this Giants defense. And this time it's the veteran Jonathan Cooper. 3rd down and goal here from the 3. Giants trying to make a stand. Here comes Young. Looks end zone. And this ball, it's broken up. It falls incomplete. I thought it was going to be caught here, but I think it was Tyler Newman who broke up the pass. And Carolina will settle for 3 as a chip shot field goal here for Matt Gay. And it's right down the middle. Carolina's up 25-22. 2nd down and 7 here. Motioning out Montgomery. Sherman will look to throw. Wants Drake London, and he reels it in here at the 32. Very nice pitch and catch. Get the 1st down. Here comes Montgomery, and he is steadily moving this offense down the field. Well, more breaking news and more injury news for this Giants team. Tyrone Tracy just went down. Taylor Wilkerson, he's going to be the featured back most likely for the rest of today's action. The rookie now has to step up. New York will put Neighbors in the backfield here. Sherman will look to throw. Escaping the pocket, John Sherman sending it down the field, and it's somehow caught. Drake gets into the end zone. What the hell did we just witness? I don't know what animation that was, but a great play there by Drake London. John Sherman kind of just throws it up to him and just let the 6'4" man just reel it in, and he does the rest. But the Panthers still have plenty of time. They can do their regular offense here. They don't have to go super pass happy. 6:17 to go here. They're down by 4. New York sent the blitz, and that should have been picked there by McFadden. 2nd down and 10 here. New York sends more pressure as Young will stay strong in the pocket and finds Hodges for the 1st down. I don't know who their backup running back is. 2nd down and 5 here for the Panthers. Gonna go play action fake, looks to throw his Young. Connects here with a backup running back for the 1st down. 2nd down and 8 here. Motioning the receiver now. As here comes Young, feeling the rush. You're left alone though is Hodges. What happened over there on the right side? 2nd down and 9 here. 2 tight end formation here. Play action fake, looks to throw. Sending it in here to Johnson. Johnson breaking free, and he's in. Touchdown, Carolina. Wow, we just could not catch up to the veteran. Deontay Johnson makes an excellent pitch and catch for a score. Antonio Gibson checks in now. He's the other back on our roster right now who's only healthy. Sherman looks to throw, not liking much of anything. John Sherman with open field in front of him picks up 6. 3rd down and 4 here. Empty goes Sherman. Looks to throw. Once Drake London breaks a tackle, and he's able to get the first down. Gibson now checks back in. London is the motion man for this 2nd down and 6. Looks to throw is Sherman. Right back underneath here to London as Drake is able to get the first down and more. 5 seconds here before the 2-minute warning. Drake London is gonna be motion. Looks to throw is Sherman, and he wants his deep shot here, and he can't reel it down. That would have been huge here for this Giants offense, but London can't make the reception. 2nd down and 10 there after the big drop. Sherman sends it underneath here, and this is Wandale. First down. Dale Robinson is now getting involved a little bit. Motioning now Gore. Sherman looks to throw. Connects here. This is Wandale. Stays on his feet. The Giants will call a timeout here. 3rd down and inches now here for the Giants. They're going to turn to the rookie, and Wilkerson. Taylor breaks free, gets to the sideline, and the rookie will get into the end zone. Touchdown, New York. And that could be the game winner if this Giants defense can hang on with 1:10 to go. Wow. But what a run there by the rookie. 2nd career score, coming off of a good 23, 24-yard run. Well, if you're Bryce Young, you have 1:06 to go, trying to get your team back into this season. You gotta score a touchdown. Sends it deep down the field. This is caught. Timeout for the Panthers. 60 seconds to go now, as this is Young. Left alone as the tight end, and that's a first down. The Giants defense seal up this victory. 52 seconds to go. 2 timeouts. Young left alone as Hodges makes the catch, shoved out of bounds here at the 24. Don't forget, they gotta score a touchdown. Panthers will go hurry up now as they send it underneath here. The second charge timeout, and they have 19 seconds to go, guys. They have 1 timeout remaining as it's 3rd down and 7. Young looks to throw, sending it again underneath, caught here. Last charge timeout here for the Panthers as it's 4th down and 1. And there's another penalty. Oh my God, and that's again on Jonathan Cooper. It's again a 3rd down and short inside the 15 that we're letting up here today. The discipline needs to be better. It's an automatic first down, meaning that the Panthers can just take shots into the end zone. Can't take a sack here if you're Young, though. Looks to throw, sending it end zone. This ball is batted away, and that's Drew Phillips. Young will go empty. 4th down and goal. It doesn't matter. This is your ball game. Pressured. Young sending it end zone. Caught! And the Panthers with zeros on the clock will beat the New York Giants, sending them to 6-2, making us have a losing streak in this campaign. Deontay Johnson just put the dagger in every Giants fan's heart. Phillips was in coverage and just could not knock it out. Wow. And you know, it's just wow. John Sherman in the offense. Yes, he threw 2 interceptions, but he almost threw 400 yards, 78 completion percentage. This is winning football. Both quarterbacks had excellent days. We didn't truly lean too heavily on the ground game. We probably could have a little bit more, but Montgomery and Tracy both went down. Does that mean Taylor Wilkerson becomes our new starter for a handful of weeks? We got so many playmakers involved. And Newbin, London, Tracy, Robinson, and Gordon. Gordon had a breakout day. Drake had a great day. Everyone played well. I don't blame this offense whatsoever. I think our defense, due to the injuries, they're struggling. Yeah, we got a couple interceptions and it's impressive, and Newbin had a great day, but it's just not enough. I feel like something has to be done to help out this defense in their time of need. 2 more injuries after this stunning loss, and it's for Tracy to miss the next 4 weeks, really 3. And same thing here for David Montgomery. Yeah, we're turning to the rookie Taylor Wilkerson. He has impressed me a lot so far in this campaign. So yeah, he's going to become the starting running back, as we're now going to play against the 3-5 Green Bay Packers. As with this loss, the Eagles are kind of starting to creep up a little bit, but now we fall to 6-2, and we're going to hop into the action here versus the Packers. But there is a move I want to make. I am going to try to make a trade before the trade deadline, so let's go try to make a good move. Now, this might not be the most impactful move, you know, to really upgrade the roster. I'm trading away Darren Williams and a 7th round pick to pick up Peter Valentine from the Chicago Bears. Now, Peter is not going to blow you guys away with ratings, but there's a couple reasons why I like him. First of all, he's a superstar, and 24 years old. He will get some playing time right now, and he's going to earn XP, and he's going to probably develop into a nice piece for us. As well as he has 87 speed, 91 acceleration, and something else, he has 72 finesse moves. He could develop into a very nice, you know, weapon for us. I don't think he will ever be good in coverage. I think he's more of a blitzing linebacker or a pass rusher. And yeah, I think we'll probably move him to outside linebacker for us. But Peter Valentine will be the addition, and he's going to start as Devin Bush is still recovering. So we now turn our attention here to the Green Bay Packers, 3-5. And let's check their roster out and hop into the game. And here are the Green Bay Packers, led by Jaire Alexander, Jordan Love, Jalen Reed, Edgerrin Cooper. This is a great team. I don't know why they're losing, but they have good receivers, they have good running backs, they have a solid offensive line. This is a tough matchup because I feel like this is sneakily a very good team across the board. So tough matchup. We got to clean up the mistakes from Sherman, absolutely, in this second game. But let's hop right into it. As we now enter into week 9 of excuse me, this doubleheader here today, we have the Giants versus the Green Bay Packers. The Packers are 3-5, looking to get back into this conference here, as the New York Giants are just trying to stay put together pretty much. Over the last 2 weeks, we've had 2 heartbreaking losses, mainly due to our defense allowing too many points and not getting pressure. Now, yes, today we're going to get both Brian Burns and Leonard Williams back, but we just lost our second-year tackle in Randall, so the offensive line is now being shaken up. We've lost Tracy and Montgomery. This offense is now dealing with injuries. Can we overcome this? We did trade away a linebacker to get Peter Valentine, so hopefully Valentine can step in and help our defense out immediately. But here comes the veteran quarterback in Jordan Love here for the Packers. He'll start with the football, as Love is thrown 16 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. I believe they were the number 1 seed a year ago. But Jordan Love is playing well, but his team around him isn't. Maybe we can take a bit of advantage of that. But we welcome back Brian Burns and Leonard Williams to this defensive line, and we have missed them, as this will be a carry here for Jacobs for 4. Opportunity to get off the field early for the Giants defense, 3rd down. This pass, though, will go to Reed for the 1st down. Set of downs here, empty look. New York sends 5. As Valentine provided the rush, as that's Drew Phillips in coverage, batting that pass away. 3rd down and 10 for this Giants defense, trying to get off the field early. Pressure is set, Burns, and he will get home. Welcome back, Brian Burns. And I feel like we have not registered too many sacks in these last handful of weeks. And here comes third-year quarterback and John Sherman, putting together a very good season. He's second in the league in touchdowns this year so far with 20. He has 7 INTs on the year. And, you know, he's coming off of his best day. But now a lot more is going to probably be leaned on him due to the fact that we lost both Tracy as well as Montgomery. Taylor Wilkerson, the first-round draft pick, he will get the start here. And Antonio Gibson will back him up. Gain of nothing, though, on the first touch. Bunch formation here for the Giants. Sherman will look to throw. Sends it underneath here to Drake London, who's starting off very hot right now. He gets the first down and more. Third down and 3. Third straight carry here for Taylor. Denied at the first down, as the Packers here will be forcing a punt here. New look linebacker here in Peter Valentine. It's our defense now trying to stop Josh Jacobs, and he gushes us for 9. Love in the shotgun here. Jacobs is the back. New York sends 5. Doesn't get home, but the ball will be caught here. Pick up 6. And the newly addition here in Peter Valentine, he's shaken up right now. Third down and 4 here. Bunch formation, trying to avoid the punt, as this ball will be caught underneath here. Picking up 6. Bringing in the jumbo look. 2 tight ends and a fullback. New York trying to bring their bigger bodies out on the defensive line. Here comes Jacobs. Tries to cut it outside. Able to do so. Staying on his feet. Brought me to another player that I thought I was going to get. So that Peter Valentine's back in. That's nice to see for us. As Love, first down. Pressured here. Sends it underneath here. And it's only a minimum gain. Second down and 8 here. As Jacobs gets another call with a gaping hole in front of him. Cuts it outside. Tackled here by Derek Parks. Finally getting them behind the sticks. Third down and 6 here. Love setting up a little screen now. Leonard Williams in pursuit. Loss of 4. And this Giants defense will bend but not break. Empty look goes Sherman. Motioning and Gibson here. As he will look to throw. Sherman stepping away from pressure. Able to scramble. And he's going to get the first down and more. Heading to the sideline. And there's no penalty there, but a big scramble there by John Sherman. Empty goes Sherman for this third down. Standing at midfield, looks to throw, steps up, stepping away from pressure again. This time, he dives for the first down and more. A nice methodical possession being put together here for the Giants. Here comes Al Gordon, who had a big week in the first game. He picks up 6. The Packers defense bend but not break. Third down and 4 here at the 17. Sherman looks to throw, not liking much. Pressured, extends the play, and he makes this now a 4th down and inches off that breaking sack and just kind of giving Gibson an opportunity. Now New York brings in an extra offensive lineman here, 4th down and inches. Taylor Wilkerson gets the call. He does not go in the direction of Kenny Clark, and he gets the first down. First down and goal here from the 10. Sherman looks to throw, sends it underneath here to Wandale. Wandale tries to extend, and he's denied just shy of the mark. Second down and goal here for the 1. Wilkerson back into the ball game, gets the call, dives in. The rookie will score. I think this is his 3rd rushing touchdown of his young career, as New York here will take the lead. I think so far every defensive back has had at least 1 pass breakup. Empty goes Love, looks to throw. Feeling the rush here by Burns. Lines up, taking a deep shot here, and he's underthrown, intercepted. Here comes our number 1 corner, Christian Branford. Tackled here at the 37, as I believe this is his first interception of this campaign, coming off of a season where he had 8. Christian Branford with a big-time INT. Third down and 4 here for Sherman. Al Gordon is the motion man. Looks to throw, throws it his way. Gordon makes the catch, and he dives ahead for the first down. Good job there by the young rookie. Eric will go in the pistol look. Sherman handing the ball off here. Here comes Wilkerson again. Picks up 7. Sherman will go empty. Third down and 2. He will look to throw. Pressured. trying to extend again with his legs. He's able to do so. Gets a good block there by Gordon. And he is shoved out of bounds here at the 16. This is a part of Sherman's game we have not seen throughout much of his young career. Here at the 16 after the big scramble. Here comes the veteran back here in Antonio Gibson. And he's able to get to the 2. Good hard running right there. Third down and goal here from the 2. Offset I formation. New York goes with the fullback dive. Elms is denied here at the 1. Fourth down and goal here for the 1. Sherman will go for it. He will look to throw. Wants Wan'Dale Robinson. And here on 4th down and 1 at the goal line. They connect here. Touchdown, New York. As Wan'Dale will extend our lead by 2 scores. Packers will go with a bunch formation here at the beginning of the 2-minute warning now. New York sends 4, doesn't get home. And this is Valentine in coverage. The newly linebacker making an excellent TFL. As this ball here sent to the sideline, caught here. And that's a first down and more. Third down and 6, can't punt here. Pressured in his face, and that is Jonathan Cooper. Leonard Williams gave him the assist. He provided the initial rush, and Cooper cleans up nicely. As we're going to head into halftime here in week 9, we're up 14-13. The Packers did get the football back. I didn't think that they were used commentating. That's the reason why the Dexter Lawrence sack did not have any commentary behind it. And hopefully I remember to put this in the video. But Dexter did get a sack. But I think offensively, just keep playing our game. No turnovers would be great. And then defensively, we're up here. So just continue to hold up. Don't allow more than 20 points today. The Giants will take over here at their own 30 at the beginning of the second half. Wilkerson at a focal point. Denied much of anything. Penalty is thrown. I think this is on us, and it is holding. Offset pistol look here. As New York hands the ball off here to Wilkerson. Ball's out. The rookie fumbles it. And now Green Bay. They have the football here in excellent field position as the rookie just put the football on the ground, and you just can't have that here. Second down and 8 here. Jacobs is the back. Pressure is sent here by New York. Sent underneath now. Caught here, broke a tackle now. And that will pick up a first down. First down and 10 here at the 10. It looks like Green Bay can't officially get a first down, as this is a power look here for the Packers. Jacobs gets the call here. Met here at the 9. Giants defense trying to bend but not break here. Third down and 9. Packers can't officially pick up a first down. Pressured, though, by Cooper. Pressured by Williams. And the ball is thrown away. And this defense, these 2 veterans, they are very good, especially when we have Brian Burns or Kayvon Thibodeau on the other side. Big conversion here for the Giants. Third down. Looks to throw his Sherman. Stepping away. Pressured. No. And he escapes. What a run here. And this is his 4th scramble here for John Sherman. Almost 90 yards. This is definitely a career high in terms of a ball game. We have not utilized his Sherman legs as much as I really wanted to in this franchise. But a big play right there. Fresh set of downs here under center. As now Gibson gets the call. Bounces free. And here, foot race now. Tackled here at the 12. Good hard running there by the veteran. Will Hernandez just went back into the locker room, as now we have to go to more of our depth of our offensive line. But here's Neighbors. Gets the first down and more. Third down and goal. This ball needs to get into the end zone. Sherman looks to throw. End zone. Wants Neighbors. And another drop there. That's his 3rd. A couple of them have been in tight coverage, but that's just a flat-out drop. Not what I was expecting, but we're going to go for it here on 4th down. New York will put a bunch formation here on 4th down. 4th down and 1 here at the goal line. Looks to throw his Sherman, intercepted. And we'll take it a knee here. And that is CJ Jakober with the INT, one of their young linebackers. As now Love here will have an opportunity. Love will start empty here. as he will look to throw. Plenty of time in the pocket, sending it deep here. Parks in coverage, and he gets it. And he wanted Josh Jacobs, and Derek Parks snags it out of the air. And our young free safety gets his first INT of this campaign. 3rd down and 7, Sherman standing at midfield. He looks to throw, stepping up, and he steps into the pressure of Walker. 3rd down and 8, trying to force a quick 3 and out is this Giants defense. Love, knocked down here by Leonard Williams. 2nd down and 3, Sherman motioning Gordon here. Will look to throw in Gordon's way. Good pitch and catch here for the rookie. And he gets the 1st down and more. 3rd down and 6 here. Late stages here of the 3rd quarter. Sherman sending it, and that ball is just a little overthrown. He had a wide open Wandale, and that could have been a potential touchdown. Instead, New York will have to settle for 3, trying to make this game a little bit wider. We're up 17-6, back up by 2 scores as well. Green Bay now down by 2 scores, gotta be able to get into some type of rhythm. This will be a good start here with Josh Jacobs getting a 1st down. Opportunity for this Giants defense to force another punt. 3rd down and short. Here comes Jacobs, breaks free, able to get the 1st down and a lot more. Another 3rd down here faces the Packers. 3rd down and 1. Here comes Love, send it, and that ball is caught here by Romeo Doubs. Love in the shotgun here, 3 receiver set. New York sends 5. Pressured here by Dexter and company, and he goes down. And this is Leonard Sapp. Great play there by rotational defensive tackle. 2nd down and 18. This ball is sent, caught here. And I don't know who that is, but he gets close to the 1st down. Now it's 3rd down and 1. After the big loss, this will be a run for the 1st down. 2nd down and 2, 3 tight end formation here. Play action fake, looks to throw his Love. Sending it, Jackson breaks a tackle, dives into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Their young star tight end making a big play here, getting the Packers kind of back into this ball game. Packers will go for 2 here. As here's Love, sends it to their other tight end, and he gets in. New York here, if they have to punt, this could bring a lot of momentum here to the Packers. 3rd down, Sherman will look to run. He dives ahead, and he gets the 1st down and more. 3rd down and 7 here after the loss. Sherman will go empty here. Takes it, taking a deep shot this time for Neighbors. Neighbors caught it, spins, trying to stay on his feet. Tackled here out of bounds at the 9. Malik Neighbors, he's had a couple crucial drops, but this time he's able to reel it down. And he sets our offense goal to go here. Sherman just giving him a chance. And he makes the Packers secondary pay. It's the first time we're seeing Wilkerson since the fumble. As this is going to be a design run here. And we just see John Sherman go over 100 yards rushing. First time in his career. We have seen John Sherman utilize his legs a lot today. 3rd down and goal. Sherman looks to throw, throws it end zone. Gordon! And that's Al Gordon, the rookie. Reels down the pass, extending our lead back to by 2 scores. And the 6th round pick stepping up for the injury from Theo Johnson. Sherman with pressure in his face. Just a picture perfect play here for this Giants offense. Well, this is a key possession here for the Packers. They got to be able to score quickly. They have a 2-minute warning after this play. And that ball falls incomplete. But the Packers want to win this game. They got to score quick. 2nd down and 10 here at the beginning of the 2-minute warning. Packers need to find the end zone. Sends it over the middle. Here's Reed, and Jalen Reed gets the big play. They'll go hurry up. Actually, the Packers elect to take a timeout here. Very interesting call. They're still down by 10. I don't agree with it. And this is a great play there by Demetrius Evans. 2nd down and 10 here for Love, as he will look to throw. Pressured, trying to extend, look for someone, throws it away. 3rd down and 10 here. Love will look to throw, scrambles, and he's intercepted. This time it's Drew Phillips, and he will register his first INT of this new campaign, as this secondary is literally pickpocketing Jordan Love. And here in week 9, New York beats the Green Bay Packers 24-14. In today's doubleheader, we go 1-1. Suffered some more injuries as we got players back, thankfully, and the players we got back in Burns and Leonard Williams, they made their presence known. The trade for Peter Valentine looks right now is successful. He made a couple key plays. Taylor Wilkerson, after the fumble, I just could not risk him fumbling it again, so I benched him. He will be playing. He will go back to his usual role next week. I'm not going to look to take him out. But our secondary, they stepped up massively, picking up 3 interceptions, and you know, it's what we need. And I feel like this is the first time in a while that we've kind of played a complete game. Sherman himself didn't have a great day, probably one of his worst, as both backs got a lot of carries, but we definitely see Antonio Gibson being more effective. We also saw John Sherman run for 100 yards off of 7 carries, and 5 of them were not designed. There were scrambles, and that's something, a part of his game. I want to see more of him. I feel like I say that a lot. They don't register all the drops, but we had a lot more. But thankfully, Malik Neighbors still put together a good day. Al Gordon caught a touchdown. Yeah, solid performance. Offensive line, we've got to check this injury report. And then defensively, kudos to them. They were able to get some good TFLs. We got 3 sacks on the day, and that's, you know, what you want to see. But we also got 3 very key interceptions, as well as, you know, we have a lot of guys having a lot of pass breakups here, and that's just as huge. And checking the injury report, we see that Will Hernandez is now going to be out for the next month. Yet to sim. So the injuries are stacking up here for this Giants team. We haven't seen this really yet in the franchise. We've dealt with some adversity in terms of injuries, but not to this degree. We will be welcoming back, thankfully, both Kayvon Thibodeau and Darnell Randall. We do have to survive the training, but we will be welcoming those 2 players back, and hopefully no one else goes on the injury reports. But thankfully, with Randall coming back, Will Hernandez, you know, Randall will start, Taylor Moton will go back to right tackle, and Evan New will go back to guard. So it's just losing quality depth. As we sim ahead, we have next week here in week 10, our last divisional opponent. As we're sitting here at 7-2, Philly is sitting here 4-5, currently the 10th seed, not having the campaign that they've wanted, but we see that they're not so behind in terms of the 7th seed. They got a lot of work to do for them, as their team in and of themselves are kind of taking a little bit of a step back this year. Kind of surprising. For us, we're 7-2. We just got back into the winning column. We've had 3 weeks now of very close action, and that's mostly due to the injuries. I mean, this is right around the time where injuries started to pile up, and you know, we have had 3 weeks in a row close battles. But at the end of the day, guys, if at the end of the day, we can't control injuries. So this is so promising, at least for John Sherman in the offense. But 7-2. Next time we'll just be the Philadelphia Eagles, and then from there, in the remaining games here, I'll decide on what I want to do. I don't know if I'm gonna make this into like a, you know, we play these 3 games, then have the bye week, and then play these 4. I don't know just yet. It's not super dependent on this Eagles game, because I might end up making this a doubleheader, and then from there, kind of go from there. But at the end of the day, I don't know how the episodes will be shaped in the remaining of this year 4 campaign. So we're off to a very hot start here. And as you guys can see, Malik Neighbors leads the league in receiving yards. as well as Demetrius Evans leads the league in INTs. Currently, in terms of yardage, we're the #1 ranked offense, the 29th ranked defense. A little bit of a stat update. John Sherman, over 2,000 passing yards, 22 touchdowns, 8 interceptions, 71 completion percentage. This is the John Sherman that we drafted. This is the guy that I thought he could become. And I think he's playing exactly to where I thought he would be. I thought year 1 for him, his rookie season, he was a gunslinger and he made a lot of great plays. Year 2, he kind of he seemed off throughout a majority of the season. And right now he's playing very, very good football, and I really like that from him. In terms of our ground game, you see we lean on every single running back that's on the roster. David Montgomery is technically our starter, 300 yards, 3 scores. Tyrone Tracy typically backs him up with over 100 carries already, and he has 400 yards, 6 scores. You see the efficiency. Taylor Wilkerson, the rookie, has 3 scores, and, coming off of a fumble, that's really hard to see from a rookie. I don't know how much morale that loses. He lost 3 this week, so yeah, that's tough for our young rookie. We also see that John Sherman has a good amount of rushing yards. These are our top runners so far. Malik Neighbors, 50 catches, 767 yards, 7 scores, on pace for another 1,000-yard campaign. A year ago, it was kind of tough sledding getting him there, and now he's kind of having a bounce-back season, maybe like his sophomore season, which would be fantastic to see. And for Drake London, he's also on pace for 1,000 yards. And, we traded for him from the Falcons, and he's already tied his career high in receiving touchdowns. And he's just been a better player here for us. I think we're utilizing him very well. Wandale, 300 yards and 3 scores. Theo Johnson has 174 yards and 2 scores. From a breakout campaign to this, it's kind of a tough pill to swallow, especially when you look behind him at Al Gordon here, who has 12 catches, a couple of scores, and he's putting up similar numbers, maybe a little bit better. And Al Gordon here, ratings-wise isn't the best, and we drafted him in the last pick of the 5th round. So what does that mean for Theo Johnson in the future of this Giants team? Because 26 years old, he might get a little bit better. He might, throughout the rest of the next upgrade, get a few more upgrades, but this is who he is. And he's been injured throughout his first handful of career games. He missed 12, he missed a week. But this is the year that I think about because he dealt with so many injuries, and he really, at times, doesn't feel like the player from these other 2 seasons. I don't know just yet what we're gonna do with Theo. Tracy has added 120 on the ground. Nice to see. A couple other guys have some catches. This offensive line, kudos to them. Our offensive line has only allowed 12 sacks with 3 guys allowing the sacks, but John Michael Schmidt, who's played every single snap, playing excellent for us. And Elton Jenkins, the new guard that we brought in, has played every game, and he's looked very well for us and very good for us. And something else, Will Hernandez has yet to allow a sack, and same thing for Randall. So, 2 other guys who are really our backups, playing quality snaps and not allowing pressure. Defensively, and, we do play a lot of guys listed at safety, but technically play other positions like Evans and Davis. But right now, Demetrius Evans leads us in tackles with 67. He has 5 interceptions. TFLs led by Isaiah Simmons, Micah McFadden, Brian Burns. These numbers need to definitely pop up a little bit, but so far so good. As a team, we've been able to get a sack. We don't have that sack master just yet this campaign, but Brian Burns is on pace for 10. Jonathan Cooper now going to go back to being a backup because we welcome back Kayvon Thibodeau. But so far so good. Dexter in a contract season. He wants a lot of money. not having a season where, you know, you kind of dish out a lot of money to. It's looking like his first year with us. So another big contract that I don't know just yet what we're going to do with. We'll look at that in a second. But as you guys can see, a lot of interceptions from this week. These three guys all got interceptions. And so before this week, it was only Jamie Davis, Tyler Nubin, and Demetrius Evans with turnovers. And now, you know, these guys are starting to step up a little bit, and hopefully we see more of that. Drew Phillips here, who's also in a contract season, 9 pass deflections, an interception, 43 tackles. This is the type of season that I wanted to see from Drew Phillips, who throughout this whole time of this franchise has been ratings-wise our best corner. But he's not always played like that. And a season ago very much felt that way. I believe he dealt with a lot of injuries, and these 2 seasons, especially this year, he was not very good. So I think he's played himself into a solid contract potentially from us. We missed a couple field goals and a couple PATs. One thing to note here, 10 times out of his 17 punts here for Ryan Stonehouse are inside the 20. And nothing here so far in terms of kick returning. So the last thing I want to look at with you guys is the negotiations. I don't think I've talked about this in a while, and we'll look at the draft in another episode. So currently $85 million. Dexter Lawrence needs a new deal. He wants a 2-year, $75 million. To put that in perspective for you guys, that's almost $40 million a season. That is tough for a team that soon enough will have to pay their young franchise quarterback. Theo Johnson does not want to be here. We don't fit his close to home and the no income tax, but he wants about $10 million a season. I don't know just yet if I want to give him that type of money. Here's Drew Phillips needing a new contract. Now, this is such a reasonable contract for a solid slot corner. I think we kind of take this opportunity here, and, you know, we'll pay him north of $6 million a year on a 6-year deal worth $42 million. Let's get this deal done. Leaves us with 78, but Drew Phillips, he's earned it. I'm going to give it to him. He hopefully now won't suck, but he deserves that contract. So we're keeping the secondary together. We also signed earlier this season Tyler Nubin. Montgomery will wait on. Same thing here with Cooper. Tyrone Tracy, same thing. A lot of these guys I'm going to wait on. Taylor Moton is probably another big one for us. Moton does not like the winning percentage, but he wants a 1-year, $16 million. This is something that I will probably wait on just to see regression. Same thing for Leonard Williams, maybe even Hunter Henry. Same thing with probably Will Hernandez. And then we have a couple 5th-year options. So we're keeping this secondary together, and I think that's very important for us. You know, when you look at this secondary now, you know, we have our 3 corners locked up for the next handful of seasons. And I'm pointing out Evans because he plays corner for us. We then just have to go into this offseason thinking about just depth here for this corner room. But now for the next 7 seasons, he signs a 6-year extension. I mean, Drew Phillips, ranked 48th, star dev, 25 years old. This will take him until he's 32. So if he can continue to produce, I'm very happy with this contract. But this is a positional group we won't have to think about. Don't forget, Nubin is on a 4-year deal. I mean, the next one that's coming up is Derek Parks, who's also a very young, very good safety for us, so we'll probably look to extend him as well. I do think that secondaries are very key. Looking at other contracts, you know, we see Peter Valentine. This is his season. I'm going to probably give him the reins over Devin Bush, especially if he continues to play like he did. But for Peter Valentine, this is him as an outside linebacker. You know, he has very good finesse moves to start out, good speed. He reminds me a lot of Zaven Collins, maybe a little bit of a worse pass coverage player. But I think Peter Valentine can develop, especially with that superstar dev. Hopefully we can take a bit of advantage of that. What else do we have to think about here? Of course, receiver. You know, next season, we're going to have to make decisions on Malik Neighbors, Drake London, and Wandale. Do you keep the guy that's producing big-time numbers right now? Or do you keep the guy who you've been grooming, who you've been developing, and you know what he will provide you each and every Sunday in Wandale? So this is going to be a big-time decision for us. Don't forget, on the depth end, we have 3 young receivers that are, you know, I want to give these guys opportunities, but none of our top 3 guys have, for one, went down with injuries, as well as none of them have really struggled. You know, if London did struggle, I was going to probably give Titus Allen an opportunity to at least getting some playing time, but, you know, we've yet to see it. So look out for one of these guys to potentially get an opportunity, maybe as early as next season. Running back, this will be another decision, but we're gonna kick this can down the road. So yeah, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed today's action. I went over some housekeeping stuff with you guys just because I feel like that's important. We'll go through the draft class and probably closer to week like 12. But yeah, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed today's doubleheader. Please leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and like the video. And I will see you in the next one.